Namaste. Let's celebrate India's women who harnessed innovation, entrepreneurship, and excellence, and in pursuit of the bringing women role models in front of you. And to honor them, BVSS has started a fantastic journey, the Dil Se Dialogue. And I, Preeti Pranav Jain, welcomes you all to the sixth episode of the Dil Se Dialogue. Her words paint a picture, her vision a masterpiece. A symphony of empowerment for women at work, our dear HR leader leads the charge. With passion and purpose, her story a perk. She is a leader with a vision, empowering women in the workplace and beyond. Please allow me to introduce our guest today, Ms. Gauri Das, VP and HR Head, India Factoring and Finance Solutions.
Thank you so much, Preeti. It's wonderful to be here. It's easy to start something, but I just heard that you have completed 6 episodes. So, congratulations on this because it's not easy to keep things going, keep anything, any momentum going.
Thank you very much, Gauri. It was possible because of such excellent women role models in our country. So, thanks to you. And now is the time for me to introduce our guest today, and it's not an easy task, definitely for not for me. And I have to really cut short her long introduction because she has achieved so much in her life. So, for you, Gauri Das is an engineer turned HR professional with double masters in human resources and psychology. Gauri is a strategic HR leader with 16 plus years of experience in crafting and aligning HR strategy with business goals. She mentors students and young professionals and is associated as a mentor with various institutions, including IIT Mumbai. She is a TEDx speaker, and her talk is about creating a possibilitarian mindset. She is the lead membership of Professional Speakers Association of India Mumbai chapter. She is passionate about women empowerment and is leading a linen circle called Leaders Lifting Leaders. Wow. She has been recognized with multiple awards and accolades. To name a few, Top 10 Global Women HR, HR 100 Under 40, Top HR Mind India, Economic Times Young HR Leader, LinkedIn Person of the Year 2020, and Top 10 Must Have Connections on LinkedIn 2021. And while reading this, I'm getting goosebumps and I'm so excited that I am connected with Ms. Gauri Das. Welcome on this platform, Gauri, whose mantra is passion with compassion. A very, very warm welcome, Gauri.
Thank
So,
you, Preeti. And yes,
yeah, please, you're telling something.
yeah, I was saying that it's wonderful connecting back with you. We were published together in the book, and here we are connecting back. So I'm looking forward to a wonderful conversation today.
Same here. It was some divine planning that we are connected on this platform by BVSS. So let's kick off the interview with a little game. Ready? How would you
Yes.
like to describe yourself in just 3 words?
One, possibilitarian. Definitely, for sure, that comes to my mind as first thing. Second, I would say execution, because I strongly believe that idea is only as good as you can execute it. Otherwise, it rots. So execution is another thing. And third thing would be smile. That's always there, and that's how people connect with me. So these three things I would say about introducing
Super,
myself.
super duper. Possibilitarian, execution, and smile. And I must say, you have a divinely beautiful smile. So
Thank
let's
you.
begin with this only. You are possibilitarian Gauri, and what does that mean?
Yeah, thanks for bringing this because, like I said, it's very close to my heart, and I believe that in our lives, we can do anything, we can achieve anything, we can reach anything as long as we define it in our mind and we decide that we really want to do it. Yes, there are certain things which are beyond our control, but there also we need to know where to stop. So For this, why possibilitarian, I'll have to take you to my childhood. A lush green place, a small village. It was in Madhya Pradesh. And we used to stay at a place where there were it was full of trees, and there were mountains at back end of the house. We would go hiking every single evening. These days it's like you have to plan and you can do it once or twice in a year, but there I was doing it every single day. And a lot of place, so villages, definitely the life is extremely good there. And a very happy childhood. I was youngest amongst three siblings, so I was pampered as well, and overall very very happy childhood. But on flip side of it, because life would not give you everything, right? So there were no good schools, and I would go to only school in the village, and this had only one classroom, so everybody irrespective of their grades would sit together. And vernacular medium, definitely. And the challenge was, I was anyways a very shy and timid child, so if anyone enters our home, I would hide behind my mom, and I would not leave her until this person is out of the house. So here I was, already a timid child, going to a school where there were no opportunities to develop personality. I mean, no English, nothing. So I went further into my shell and I started thinking that I am not good for anything. I would not be able to speak anything, connect with anyone. Like I said, even guests at home were not my cup of tea. So things happened like that, but I was academically inclined. So I could crack engineering entrance test, and for this, I went to a large city called as Indore. And here I was being welcomed by brightest and youngest, smartest students, I would say, from all across the globe, because this institute had seats for NRIs also. So everybody would speak in English, and I would think, why am I here? What made me join this institute, or even think that I can do engineering? While academically I was good, and that's why I could reach there. But the confidence was shattered looking at them. On top of that, we had a paper on business communication in first semester, and as you would understand, I studied in vernacular medium, so English was a very serious challenge for me. So I would go to my friends, they helped me once, twice, thrice, and then they said, stop wasting our time, you're anyways going to fail. And that was end of it. I still remember sitting on that bench, covering my face and thinking, I am not going to go back. If not for my father's mantra of try, try, try again, and you will succeed, you would not find me here today. So, from there to now, some of the achievements you counted, that HR 100 under 40, Economic Times HR, LinkedIn, and so much love that I have got from people. I was extremely bad at connecting with people, but now I even organize networking events. So, from there to a TEDx speaker, that's the life, that's thing which I call as possibilitarian. So anything is possibilitarian.
Yeah, I'm seeing you have painted, literally painted a picture from the lush green Madhya Pradesh to chaotic Mumbai, from a vernacular medium to a TEDx speaker fluent in English. What a journey. And beautifully, you said that you can do anything, even if the things are not in control, but you need to decide. And I really salute your father for this upbringing, who has given you such powerful mantra of try, try, try. This one word, tries, can change and bring miracles in life. Yeah. No, so really, I'm just looking forward and want to listen more and more. And actually, this actually also told me about why you keep saying that mindsets can make us or break us,
True.
right? This is how. So you are in such a challenging position. We normally don't see women in such leadership positions because they have to take their priority. They have different priorities. They have to take breaks in between, etc., etc. So, how do you prioritize your self care and then maintain work life balance as a female leader?
Yeah, I think that has been a great learning, and I would really want our, especially our women listener, to pay attention here, because I have struggled a lot. I would be very honest about it. I had no idea how to manage work and life both, and I have taken two breaks. So after second break, when I came back to workforce, I wanted to put in 150% because I had to cover for those two breaks. And like you rightly said, from a village to Mumbai, when I came to Mumbai, there were different kind of struggles. I had never been to such a large city, no local train. So it took me 3 ton dupattas and 4 ton chappals to learn how to enter a local train and how to survive in Mumbai with a young child in a nuclear family. So for me, everything was about, I had this thing in my mind that everything revolves around me. I have to take care of everything in family. It's my responsibility. Those were the values shared by my mom, because we all know a woman runs a family, a woman makes it a home, right? A house is converted to home because of a woman. So I had that thought process, but that led me to a lot of challenges. And
Mhm.
I would think that 100%, 50% here, and here my daughter also should do best. So she should be best in everything. Her also should look very, very good. So all responsibility should be taken care of. In the process, I killed myself, literally killed myself. And I realized it very late that I should seek help. So that is my mantra for balancing work and life today, that you need to delegate things even at home. It's not only at work that you would delegate, and ask for help. We think that we will become very weak, or we will look very weak if we ask for help, but that's not true. We show strength when we go out and tell, I need help, or I am not able to do something, help me for it. Once you start doing it, and I realized how good it is when lockdown happened, and we all know how much work we had, work, home, everything. And for HR, that was even more stressful time. But my home things were taken care of because full family was supporting each other. Even my 12 years daughter, she was doing dishes and everybody was helping each other. If that was not the case, then I wouldn't have been able to manage this work life balance. So first mantra is ask for help. It's a family. No one runs a home alone. And another learning, no one wins alone. So you need people who will support you, and then only you can move forward. And second thing is, now I feel that work and life cannot be disintegrated. They are connected, very well connected. And it's not that you can have, these days you can't have a few days of rest and then you come back. Again, it's not going to help, because after a few days when you are back, you feel still bad if you don't love your work. But if you love your work, it's not that you have to fully dedicate something for it. Yes, there has to be some time limit for everything, but I would say it's work life integration more than work life balance for me today.
Yeah, completely agree about this balance and integration part. And the one art which every woman has to need, and they need to learn, whether they are working or they are homemakers, ask for help
Yes.
and learn to delegate work. You so beautifully said that it's a family work, it's not a female work. They really need to understand instead of burning themselves and create their own space too, right? So great. You put there that ask for help, and rightly said, no one wins alone. सो अमेजिंग एंड क्या बात कही है क्योंकि जूतियां घिस घिस करके ही एक्सपीरियंस होते हैं
Actually,
so true on your case. So from work life integrity, I'll come to one very common problem which most of the female face at the workplace. So can you share a time when you had to challenge gender biases or stereotypes in the workplace?
yeah, have been multiple instances, and I would bring out a case of one of my previous organizations. This was about a woman employee going on maternity leave, and then we working out the yearly numbers, the performance numbers, the bonus numbers, and all. and the manager was of the view that 6 months, she was 3 months, it was 3 months maternity leave those days. 3 months she was not around and she was not fully productive during the year, and even after she comes back she's not going to help me much, so I am not going to release any increment for her. I would rather give it to someone who has contributed more and whom I can rely more for future support as well. Because with a young child she would not be as productive as she used to be. So this was the situation, and I since I have taken 2 breaks, I know how difficult it is. If you exit the workplace or exit the workforce, then coming back becomes extremely challenging. So I did not want this woman to leave, and at the same time I had to balance this thing also, make them aware that it's a wrong mindset, because it's a natural phenomena, it's a biological thing that women have to do it, right? If men had to do it, they also would be away from workplace or workforce for some time, but men do not agree on this. So a lot of arguments, it got escalated also. I said you will have to give increment, and this guy was, no, I am not going to do it. It went up to MD, and a very wonderful person, and he said that what she's saying is right, because she did not the woman did not do it on her own accord. It's biological call, it has to be done, right? So we cannot say that she did not contribute. It's a contribution to society, it's a contribution to country, to the world that a woman is making, and why can't we how do we deprive her of her rights? So finally we got increment done for this woman, and likewise there have been multiple cases in promotions. So that's where we need a mindset change, and we need people like my former boss
Hmm.
who can sponsor women, because general mindset is they are there as a second income, they are there just because they are free currently, after they have kids they will be out. And that's where we have the problem of bringing back women to workforce, and that's where we, like you rightly said, Preeti, we don't see many women leader in top. Even in HR, if you see at lower levels, the recent number that was released is 70%. 70% women are there when it comes to starting HR profession. But how many CHROs you see as a woman, right? So from mid level they go back to zero, and we have this challenge of bringing them back. But why let them go? That's what we need to think about.
Yeah. It actually, a lot of things are changing, mindsets are changing, but it's still a long, long way to go.
Yes, yes,
And we women has to empower women and fight for
correct.
them. So kudos to you that you are there with her. Saying so, I know that your father was one of the biggest role models for you, a mentor. But I would like to know that any particular significant role model or mentor who has impacted your career.
Yeah, my father, mother, both, especially my mother, I would like to call out here. She's not very educated, and I have no shame in telling that she's just 8th pass. We come from Eastern UP, so women are not respected, or women are not educated. Things are changing, like you said, but it is going to take time for her to bring us up, like with the values the way she shared with us. Like, she was 8 pass, she was from a village, she lost her father at very early age. Despite all of that, she had that aura, she commanded that respect from others, and that was the value she gave me. And the value was of respect for self and others. So for me, respect for both myself and the other party is very very important, and I live by that value. But I have to tell you, one person who has really impacted me or mentored me a lot in the workplace, it would be my current boss. I have written a book, and I have mentioned about him in the book as well. I have learned a lot from him. A wonderful person, biggest sponsor I have ever seen for women in my career, and really a good mentor. Pushes you to do the best and gets the best result out of you, and you keep learning with him.
This clap is for him. I would love to know the name of your book. It's
Yeah,
released
the
or
name
yet?
of the yeah, it was released last year, and we reached up to 11th selling rank. So highest rank was 18th. It's called as the power of connections.
Wow, power of connection. I'm definitely going to read this, and I'm so lost listening to you. I know that I should have asked this question earlier, but now it's okay. Any time is the right time. When you're talking about two breaks in your career, when you're talking about women taking break, in one of your life stories, I was reading that once you have faced continuous 13 rejections. Oh my God. How did you bounce back then? What made you push and continue this journey?
Yeah, this was a very difficult journey of my life post second break. So there is a train of things. By the time this was Mumbai, I was new to Mumbai, like I said, a nuclear family, a very young child, and I was on break for 2 years. Only 4 years of my career so far, two breaks, four states that I had lived in. So any employer was of the view that would I stay? I mean, how long would I stay here? If in 4 years I have stayed out of four states, I'm going to move very soon. That was one challenge. Challenge number two, I was away from workforce for 2 years. I was not updated on what's going on currently, and we did not have so much data available or information available on web those days. So I would admit I was not updated, not up to the speed as well. And then a new place, Mumbai. A lot of times people told me you would not be able to survive here. This place is not for villagers to grow. You are from UP. There is a different connotation for people from UP in Mumbai. So all those things were preventing those prospective employers from hiring me. Some of them told me on my face that this is the reason we are skeptical. We would not be able to take a chance on you. Many didn't tell, but before 13 rejections, I had applied for 100 plus positions, and I was rejected most of the times. Only 13 interviews what I got. But what kept me going was try again, and you will succeed, because life gives us a lot of challenges. My first role or my first job was in Northeast, Guwahati. So many people told me that no one goes there to create a career. Your career is already over. You will not get a job. And I started realizing that it might happen if I lose myself. But it did happen that I got a job in Guwahati also, and I started my career in HR. So anything can happen as long as you try.
You know, one thing coming to my mind, the Oxford Dictionary should change some definitions, the meanings. Perseverance, resilience means Gauridas. They should say that. Definitely.
Your story is equally inspiring, Preeti, I must say. So
No, it
it's
was
like everyone has a story, and there are a lot of struggles.
one place when I was reading your introduction, I got to know about the linen circle. I would love
Yes.
to know more about it so that our viewers can get benefited.
Yeah, so there was a notion earlier, a myth earlier, I would say myth because I have not experienced it. Women don't support other women, right? So lean is in is all about women coming together and supporting each other. This initiative was started by Sheryl Sandberg, and there are circles. So you can have a local circle. Say, for example, I am in Navi Mumbai, so I can have a Navi Mumbai women's circle, or you can have a circle which is virtual. So mine started in lockdown, and it is a virtual circle. 135 of us from 5 different countries. We came together and we decided we are going to help each other achieve our professional goals. And why do we call it leaders lifting leaders? It's not that you need to be at a certain level to be there, because for us definition of leadership is not that you are in a role where you lead others. We believe that all of us are leaders. And who do we lead at least ourselves? Leadership starts from self, and we influence many people, right? Women have even that more much more influence at home, because kids are being directly influenced. We influence each other. So all of us are leaders, and that's why we call it leaders lifting leaders. It has been a beautiful journey, and the book that I shared about has been written under umbrella of leaders lifting leaders. Four of us came together as a co-author, and we shared our journey, how networking was a challenge for us and what can be done to improve upon that. So that's leaders lifting leaders for you.
I'm definitely going to Google and find out more about it because something just hit stick to here. All of us lead
Yes,
ourselves. We are born leaders, isn't it? And leadership starts with self, definitely. And one thing which we have grown up listening, औरत औरत का साथ नहीं देती है. Time has
yes,
changed. Time has changed now. Women empower women, and we are together in this journey, right?
yes,
Oh,
absolutely.
so much to learn from you and understand, but time is really running fast. So I was just thinking, any specific message from you, Gauri, to our women entrepreneur and men also, both, because both of our are watching us here.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, and it's very important. We were discussing it with Naval also, that it's very important that men also join this movement, because women alone cannot do it. Men are at leadership positions. Men have to become bigger sponsors for women, and then only change would happen. So it's very, very important that the message goes to everyone. For me, the life mantra has been around 3S. The first S is self understanding, self awareness. Know yourself first, because that's the most important thing. Unless you know yourself, you don't know your shortcomings, your areas of improvements, your strengths. You can neither improve nor play with your strengths. So know yourself. There are multiple tools available. Most important tool is feedback, self reflection. There are psychometric tests available. All of that, pick it up, go to your mentor and find out who you are. That is number one. Now, once you start knowing yourself, you would, the first thing that would hit you, मेरे बारे में कुछ अच्छा नहीं है. Even the Gallup strength test that people take, and when they get to know top five strengths, many a times they are not happy. मुझे ये strength चाहिए थी, कुछ और मेरी strength है. So that's how we look at our lives, but we have to accept ourselves. We have to accept that nobody is perfect, and we have to continuously keep learning. So self awareness, self acceptance, and the third thing is self leadership. Like we discussed about leaders lifting leaders, we have to take charge for our lives. And for men, even if you don't have sponsors at senior positions, whoever you are, wherever you are, you must support other genders. I would not say only women here. You must support all other genders, everybody else. And that's how we will be able to achieve the full potential of all of us, our own full potential, and society's potential as well. So, 3S: self awareness, self acceptance, and self development or self leadership.
Amazing, amazing, amazing. Means like I am taking notes and I don't know how many learnings can I share with everyone. So there are, out of those three S learnings about self, Gauri has also shared with us about the mindset that we can do anything if we decide to do it. Try, try, try. Another mantra. The third one, ask for help. The fourth one, the leadership starts with ourselves. Okay. The fifth one, women support women. We are all born leaders. And the last three S, self awareness, self acceptance, and self leadership. So much to learn from Gauri. And we are towards the end of this conversation, which I'm not ready to stop, but I have to. I just want to tell two lines for Gauri. इत्तेफाक अपनी जगह, खुशकिस्मती अपनी जगह. खुद बनाता है आदमी जहां में अपनी जगह. और वो जगह बनाई है हमारी गौरी दास ने. Big applause for her. And with this, watch out this space for the next episode of the Dil Se Dialogue. Till then, keep finding the possibilities in every aspect of your life. Keep dreaming and keep manifesting. Namaste.
Thank you so much, Preeti. And the summary that you brought out, it's amazing. Thank you so much. It's like my whole life is brought out here. Thanks a lot.
My pleasure. Thank you very much.